Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. I know I'm in a different location today. Obviously can't stand near the usual door because obviously a lot of noise is going on there. So I thought let's locate myself to a quieter spot and hopefully you guys can hear me. Welcome to this midweek edition of Unpopular Opinions. I know it didn't come obviously on Sunday. You probably expected it to come, but it didn't come. Pause and all of that. So let's get into this episode of Unpopular Opinions for today. It's time to normalise men and women using umbrellas for sun protection in the US. I think UK here as well, to be honest. Let's just say everywhere in general. But I think carrying an umbrella when it's sunny looks like a bit of a plonker move, to be honest. I think you don't need to be carrying an umbrella around when the sun is shining and it's beating outside. Put a hood over your head. That's all you really need to do. Or just carry a bottle of water so you can cool yourself down if you're feeling really, really warm. I don't think it's necessary in a necessary case to have an umbrella because you just look like a Wally under the brolly, just like Steve McLaren looks like when he was carrying one when he was manager of England and that. But anyways, my thoughts on that is I don't think it's time to normalise it. I think it's a stupid idea. Let's move on to the next one. Body wash is vastly inferior to bar soap. I think the thing with body wash, it gives you a lot more lather in terms of where you squeeze probably a bit of the bottle, you'll probably get a lot more lather coming out of it. The bad thing about lather is I don't know if it really can get all the nooks and crannies of everywhere that you need it to get, because lather can just be that deceptive thing where you're putting it on your body and it just soaps everything up, but you don't really know if it's getting rid of everything, the grime and everything, because it could just leave a scent and it just smells nice, and then you feel a bit kind of like still a bit what's the word, you still feel a bit soapy. You know what I mean? Like it's not fully gone, it just stays and remains on your skin. So I don't think it fully gets rid of all the grime and dirt. So for me, I do hear what you're saying about body wash. I do use a body wash because for me, it's something I need for my eczema. I can't use a bar soap because most bars of soap don't really agree with my skin. So body wash for me kind of works, but I don't use a lot. I think if you're using kind of a lot, squeezing a bit of too much in there, then it can go all over the place. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I would prefer bar soap, but I have to use a body wash. But for me, I disagree that a body wash is superior than a bar soap. But I think it depends on what scale you want to wash or how you feel like you need to wash. But next one. Okay. Tomatoes completely ruin any sandwich they're on. No, I don't really believe this. As I said, I think I've said it before in terms of someone said about BLT. I think tomatoes give you that crunch. They give you that sweetness, but especially the tang as well when you're tasting a sandwich. I do feel that that gives that little bit of a flavour in terms of where the tang can come through and the sweetness come through as well. So I disagree with what this person is saying. Let's move on to the next one. People wouldn't risk lives for luggage if they actually trusted airlines to take care of them. I mean, this is the thing. I think some people just don't know how to take care of your luggage. So when you're going to these places and you're traveling abroad and you're using airlines, some of them just don't handle your luggage with care. When you say on the box as well, handle your luggage with care, they don't do it. They just take the absolute piss and they just dash your luggage anywhere. I've seen videos. Do you know what I mean? I've actually witnessed my boxes that I've taken abroad come back and they've looked worse condition than they were when I took them. So it's the case of where some of those people just don't give a shit. They're just like, well, we work for peanuts, so we're just gonna just do anyhow. But I do feel they need to be investigated. The people behind the scenes do need to be looked at very carefully and said, hey, what are you doing here? Do you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is that there probably is no shift manager there looking and seeing what these people are doing. They're just doing what they want. Do you know what I mean? Let's just dash the luggage here, dash it there, dash it there, dash it there. They're just dashing it all around. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand. If it was their personal belongings, they wouldn't like it if it's getting thrown around. So I don't know why they like to do it to others, but dickheads, that's what I say. Well, let's move on to the next one. Stress is mostly a good thing and avoiding it is toxic. I don't think a lot of stress is good. I think minimal amounts can kind of lead you to make better decisions in terms of where you know what you need to do and you know you have to do it. A little bit of stress is okay, but not a lot of stress. I think when you have a lot of stress, that's when you just need to get away from that environment where there's a lot of stress happening. Do you know what I mean? So stress does help, but not a lot helps. It's one of those things where if you have a lot of stress, it can completely push you over the edge. Do you know what I mean? I do think just a little bit is enough. A little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. So that's what I think. Next one. Wearing a bucket hat instantly makes anyone look like a jerk. I do agree. To be honest, I've seen people wear bucket hats and I just don't agree it looks great on someone. I just think it looks like a twatish behaviour when you're wearing a bucket hat on. It just looks stupid to me. Do you know what I mean? I don't see the reference in terms of wearing a bucket hat. If you're wearing a facing, if you're even wearing a bandana or one of these, then I think you look fine. But if you're wearing a bucket hat, I just think you look like a twat. As simple as it said there. You do look like a jerk, and not the chicken I'm talking about. You look like a jerk. But that's it, guys, for this episode, midweek episode of Unpopular Opinions. I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Before I do that, you know what to do below, all of that. Big yourselves up. I know it's different settings and that, but big yourselves up for watching. And yes, till next time, guys. I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. I can't really go anywhere, so it'll just get switched off. So yeah, but now.